Hi, in this video I'd like to talk about how Ruby and Cobalt works together, aka the burning mechanics. To start with, I would like to first introduce Ruby's kit and how she works. Ruby is a character that capitalizes on enhancing normal attack and also utilizing the burning mechanics. When you use Ruby's skill, it will fire an orb that keeps bouncing between you and the target, right? And then your follow-up normal attack will deal significantly more damage. This part is quite straightforward. In addition, it will trigger a detonation every 6 seconds. Now the damage is equal to the total remaining damage from your burning. Now what is burning? Every flame weapon, when you use them to attack an enemy, when that weapon is fully charged, it will cause a DOT effect, right? The enemy will gain burn for 8 seconds, and every second you will deal 58% of fire attack, right? So let's say you burn the enemy, and then when you switch to Ruby, you have 6 seconds left, and then you trigger the detonation, right? So that detonation will do 6 times 58% attack damage, right? And you can only trigger, remember, you can only trigger this every 6 seconds. And triggering a detonation will not remove the burning effect. Now this is why Cobalt works perfectly with Ruby. Cobalt is a character that can apply additional burning effect. Now to really utilize this, you will need to have Cobalt at least 3 star, because at 3 star, every time you use your dodge attack, right, it's gonna apply Ionic Scorch. Now this is the literal translation. I don't know if the global will translate it like this, but it basically means if your target is already burning, when you use Cobalt dodge attack, it's gonna apply additional burning, right? And this burning is much stronger than your normal burning, right, from your flame weapon. Now you can see in Cyan it lasts for 10 seconds, right? And then it does 90% attack damage, right, every second. So you're looking at a total of 900 compared to normal 8 times 58, right? So that's roughly 460% damage, right? Now if you just have Cobalt at S3, it is a bit awkward to play because you do have to first apply burning on your target, right? Now how do you apply burning on your target? You have to use a flame weapon that is fully charged, right? And then you do a dodge attack to apply this Ionic Scorch. Now that is very hard to do in many scenarios. Now one way to bypass this is if you have Cobalt 2-piece chip, right? Her 2-piece chip set bonus is that whenever you use a dodge attack, you're gonna apply burning, right? Now this burning is a much weaker burning, but at least it gives you a burning status, right? So if your Cobalt is only sitting at 3 star, then you kinda need this 2-piece chip, right? So that way you can use a dodge attack to trigger the burning on your 2-piece bonus, and then use your dodge attack again to trigger this Ionic Scorch. Now Ruby's 5 star and 6 star is basically making this Ionic Scorch even better, right? So her 5 star is gonna increase that Ionic burning damage. So this is like pretty straightforward, but it is the passive that really makes Cobalt broken, at least like in terms of when pairing up with Cobalt, or sorry, pairing up with Ruby, is that any weapon, right, any weapon dodge skill is able to refresh the Ionic Scorch duration, right? Now remember, Cobalt, when she triggers a detonation from her skill, it will not remove the burning, right? So if you can keep that burning duration up, you can keep detonate, right? You can keep detonate until this skill ends. So that is very important. And you do use dodge attack a lot, because Ruby's dodge attack, right, is gonna throw out this bunny. This bunny acts as a taunt, right? So it will not work against boss, but it's gonna taunt all the trash mobs, and also it will suck them in. So it's like a grouping skill, right? And remember, you don't have to use Cobalt to refresh the Ionic Burning, because her 5-star, right? Any weapon in your weapon lineup, right? Any weapon's dodge skill is gonna able to refresh the duration of that Ionic Burning. So that is very, very important. Now, her 6-star is that whenever you use Ruby's weapon skill, right, it's gonna apply burning. So her 6-star basically makes it so that you don't have to rely on Cobalt 2-piece bonus, right? Because her weapon skill can apply that burning, right? So now my Cobalt is currently 6-star, so right, if I just use my weapon skill, right, you can see the target, right, it's burning, right? So this is very important, and that's why I'm pretty sure you guys have heard a lot of people said that you kind of need Ruby 6-star to really capitalize the burning, and this is why, right? So that way you don't have to rely on the 2-piece Cobalt chip, or you don't have to rely on the flame weapon trait, right? Every time you use the weapon skill, it's gonna apply burning, and then you use a dodge attack after that, right, to trigger the Ionic Burning, right? Now, what's more important is all the weapon dodge attack is gonna reduce your weapon skill cooldown, right? So that way, because otherwise, if you don't have Cobalt 6-star effect, the skill has a very, very long cooldown, right? 60-second cooldown. So this will not be a effective way to apply burning, right? So this cooldown reduction is very, very important, right? Now, what's even more important, now I'm gonna talk about the chips, right? Because Ruby's chip, they work off field, right? So it is perfect for a weapon that can, all you're gonna do is use your skill and then you get off, right? It is perfect to equip Ruby's chip on a weapon that takes very little on-field time, right? And and then you do have to use a weapon skill to trigger the 4-piece effect, right? So if your Cobalt is not at a 6-star, right, your weapon skill has a extremely long cooldown, so it will not always keep the 4-piece Ruby chip bonus up, right? And the advantage of having Cobalt equipping the 4-piece Ruby set is that you can equip other chipset that needs the weapon to be on field, right? In this case, I am using 4-piece Cobalt set, but actually the most damage you can do is with 2 Samir plus 2 Crow, but 2 Samir and 2 Crow is on my Saki right now, and I'm just lazy to switch around, right? So that's why I'm using 4-piece Cobalt on my Ruby. Now, it does increase damage against a target that is under abnormal status. Basically, since you're burning the target all the time, right? So you will be able to get this benefit. And the 2-piece is also useful because it will, every time you do dodge attack, right, it's gonna trigger burning, right? And then every 4 dodge attack, you're gonna recover 1 dodge chance, right? Because you're basically dodging all the time when you're playing Fire Account, because remember, you do need to use weapon dodge skill to refresh, right? To refresh the Ionic Burning, right? So that's Cobalt 5-star, right? Yeah, that's basically how Fire Account works. And I also want to mention Lin. Now I'm gonna make a separate video talking about Lin, but for Fire Account specifically, what she does is it's gonna increase the burning duration, right? So that basically translates to more damage, because remember, when Ruby Decimate, the damage is equal to the total remaining damage, right? So if your burning duration is longer, then you will do longer sorry, you will do just more damage, right? And also, you do more damage against target with a shield. So that just helps you even more with breaking shield. But to be honest, Ruby herself already have very good shield break. So that's just a little bit add-on. Right? So what you want to do, I'm gonna showcase a fire icon rotation. Right? You start with Lin. You put down her field. And then you use Cobalt to apply burning, right? Now you're gonna do a dodge attack after this to trigger Ionic Burning, and then you switch to Ruby. Her ultimate will also Decimate, right? And then you throw that bunny to refresh the Ionic Burning. You use her skill, right? Like that. Now, I will be making a follow-up video about Annabella, because according to leaks, Annabella also have the capability to apply burning. So things will get very interesting. The lineup here, we will need more testing, right? Because Cobalt has a massive now this multiplier is CN. In global it will probably get nerfed, but on CN you're looking at 1400% burning, right? And on the other hand, Lin she extends the burning duration, right? So we will see how Annabella compares to Cobalt and Lin. Now Ruby is probably she's still gonna be in fire team because she is the only weapon that can trigger the destination, the burning destination. Now I have a honorable mention, which is which is King. Now King with his S1, right? When you shatter a target, it's also gonna cause burning, and in fact this burning has a insane multiplier, even higher than Cobalt, right? It lasts for 15 seconds, and every second it does 120%. So you're looking at a total of 1,800%, right? So that is even higher than Cobalt 1,400% Ionic Burn. But the thing is, it's so situational, right? Because you can only apply this burning when you break the shield, right? And also King does not have the capability to refresh that burning, right? To refresh that Ionic Burning. So if you don't have, I would say if you don't have Cobalt or you can't afford Cobalt right away, you can use King temporarily, but ultimately you will want to have Cobalt at 6-star to really maximize Ruby's damage, right? Now I know for a lot of free-to-play player might not be able to instantly get Cobalt to 6-star, and even for myself it took me a long time. I wait for Cobalt to enter standard banner and I use all my tokens saved to get her to 6-star. So my recommendation for free-to-play player will be getting one copy of Cobalt, right? And then save your tokens, wait for Cobalt to enter standard banner, and then get her 6-star, right? Now if you don't know you can get her 6-star, then I would recommend at least getting her Cobalt, Cobalt 2-piece set, right? 2-piece chip, because like I said, her 2-piece chip applies burning every time you dodge, right? So that way, even if you don't have Cobalt at 6-star, you can at least rely on the dodge attack effect from Cobalt 2-piece bonus, right? So every time you dodge attack, you apply burning, and then you do dodge attack again to apply that Ionic Burning. But ultimately you will want Cobalt at 6-star to fully capitalize on the burning mechanics. Yeah, that's everything. Thank you guys for watching. Bye bye.